Hey everyone, we're going to do some gradebook cleanup today. So I wanted to show you what you can do to clean up your own course, especially if you imported it in from Blackboard. So we've kind of learned a lot through the semester. So I'm going to help you going through an example of a course that was imported, and we will work through it and clean up pieces of it. So there's despite having everybody's gradebook is different and functions differently. There's some key pieces about gradebooks that you're going to be doing consistently. So I'm going to go through some of those pieces with the gradebook cleanup. So I'm going to go into the grades area. So this is, again, where you're going to find your gradebook. Hopefully you may be familiar with that right now. You're going to see several tabs over here across the top. We have the enter grade screen. If you are working in a course, you'll see students in there. I'm working in a practice course. I just added a test student so we can kind of see what that looks like. Then there's the manage grade screen, which we spend a lot of time on there. So that's really where kind of the cleanup happens, and we go in, do some rearranging on this screen, because when it comes in, it doesn't always, it's not always set up the way that you want it to. It is definitely not set up the way that you want. Then in the schemes area, this one is a little bit more advanced. We have other schools that you're seeing that have grading schemes. Generally, we typically use the percentage. You can use the default, or you can create your own. So for now, I would say leave that alone. That's a little bit more advanced. We can help you with that piece. And then the setup wizard is something you do have to pay attention to, and you do have to set it up. Otherwise, you're going to have things calculating differently than you want to. So please pay attention to that. Some of the other areas we will look at is settings as well. So you can kind of customize your view in the course, and we'll talk a little bit about what that looks like. So the very first thing you should probably do is run a setup wizard. And so going through this, these are all the defaults that are set. So two things to note: that the default is points based, and the grade calculations treat ungraded items as 0. So your grades may be showing lower than expected, because everything that's a column and it has nothing in it is treating it as 0, and it's doing those calculations. And until the student got to the end of the course and completed all the work, then they would have a more accurate grade. So that's just something to note, but it can be changed very easily. So what we'll do is just kind of start this gradebook wizard. You can decide if you want a weighted or points-based gradebook. If you are interested in doing a formula-based, that's a lot more advanced. And we're still working out that. So I would say choose one of these options here. You're going to continue. And then you can generally keep these defaults checked here. If you do an adjusted final grade, just note that your students will not see a calculated grade until the end of the semester when you go and adjust those. So that's something we kind of learned this semester the hard way. So I would suggest doing the calculated final grade, and I think you can adjust it to adjusted later on if you need it to. Now, this is the step that a lot of people just kept as a default, and that's okay. If you want things treated as 0, I'm going to drop ungraded items so students can see where they are with the work that they've done so far. And then I keep this checked automatically, keep the grade updated. We're going to go on to the next set. This is the schema page that you saw. I'm just going to choose percentage for now. That's just the default right now. And this can, we can get into more with the schemes later. And then next one is just how many decimal places do you want to display? So I'm going to just say 2. And then now I have student view display options. So what I like to do, uncheck the weighted grade option. I like the color. You may not like the color, but I usually do a points grade and a symbol. So if you want students to only see the percentage, you would choose this symbol. If you want them to see how many points they have, you can also add in the points grade. So this could actually be unchecked if you wanted to, so they only see a percentage. So you can adjust that a little bit on your end. And then I usually set this to see grade calculations per user. So I'm going to continue there, and then I'm just going to confirm and finish this.